A lot of people have been chipping in on the Club World Cup. One of them is Major League Soccer Commissioner, Don Garber. Quote, I think the Club World Cup has been an incredible success and a proud moment for everyone involved in soccer across North America. Gianni Infantino had a bold vision and FIFA delivered a remarkable event. This was a defining moment for the sport. The Club World Cup proved that North America can be the global epicenter for soccer. It was the perfect lead-in to next summer's World Cup, end quote. That's Don Garber, Major League Soccer Commissioner. An incredible success. I know you love the Club World Cup. I love the Club World Cup. I don't know Shaka's thoughts on this tournament. It's a time for Don Garber to get lost by saying the tournament has been an incredible success.
It's been more successful than I was expecting. I'll hold my hands up and admit to that. Whether I'll go as far as to say it's been an incredible success, I'm not entirely sold on that. And I think the challenge around this Club World Cup, we'll know in about 6 or 9 months' time. In that, for the European teams and how they've approached this tournament, let's say, or we were talking PSG, let's say PSG have an injury crisis in 6 months' time. How will they reflect on this summer? And there's a lot of unknowns that we're still trying to work through. For the European clubs, never mind what comes in 6 months' time, how do PSG and Chelsea negotiate these next few weeks? They've been playing for the last, how long has this tournament been going on? 3 or 4 weeks?
4 weeks.
Now you've got a month before your domestic league campaign start. Most clubs are just getting their preseason started. Do you rest now? Do you keep things ticking over? How do you? I just feel that there are a lot of unknowns about this tournament that, certainly in terms of the European clubs, I'm not sure how they navigate, we won't know how successful that navigation is for another 6 or 9 months' time. So I hold my position in waiting to see that, but as of right now, it was more successful than I expected, but still, I'm not falling out of my chair like Don Garber.
I'm going to give Don Garber a get lost, and this is a two-part response. The get lost to Don Garber comes in he calling North America the epicenter of the footballing world. It proves that it could be the epicenter. What people hate about this tournament are the North American things. the grass over the field turf,
as you were just discussing.
The rain delays with thunderstorms.
Yes, that's big. That's big.
The heat, the time, all these things, those are the things they don't like about this. Every time I hear excuses for why the Club World Cup isn't good, I think to myself, you're saying soccer in America for you isn't good. You're not saying the Club World Cup, because the Club World Cup is a fantastic idea. Football for all. The motto for FIFA is to grow the game. It's not to cater to the 1%, to the elites of the world. There should be a place where Auckland City get to play against Boca, where Auckland City has the opportunity to tie Boca. Yes, Auckland City has the opportunity to get dropped 10 by Bayern Munich. That's part of it as well. What they don't like are the American things that come with it. So it's a get lost to Don Garber because as Americans, the world doesn't revolve around us. Football doesn't revolve around us. What people don't like about this tournament are very American things. The tournament as a whole is unbelievable. These scenes in beaches with Boca and River fans, the Japanese fans, the ultras in New York City right now, the way that PSG has played this tournament, the sellouts at the Rose Bowl, the sellouts at Meadowlands, whatever the case may be, there are unbelievable things about this tournament. What people have not liked about this tournament have all been North American things.
Yeah, and they're not going to change. You cannot change the weather, right?
No.
You can change the quality of the grass. You can change the quality of the field.
You can prepare better for the weather.
You can prepare for that. Well, you can prepare for the weather.
Can I tell you how? This tournament was played simultaneously at the same time as the Gold Cup. So the majority of these games, with the exception of Seattle, and I think that's it.
Houston?
Yes, in Houston. Yeah. Were all on the East Coast.
And SoFi.
Yeah.
All on the East Coast. So it was Seattle and SoFi, all on the East Coast. Well, if there was ever again, it doesn't have to be all on the East Coast. You could have more stadiums that are domed participate.
Speaking of stadiums, Gianni Infantino had this quote meeting with the media today before the final, also regarding the Club World Cup. It has been a huge success. And the golden era of football has started. Of course, the heat is an issue. Last year at the Olympic Games in Paris, games during the day in all sports took place in very hot conditions. Cooling breaks are very important, and we will see what we can do. But, and here's the important part, we have stadiums with roofs, and we will definitely use these stadiums during the day next year. That's that final line, during the day next year, because that means people were complaining about, well, if you are concerned about players' health and safety, playing at 3 p.m. Eastern under these conditions, why don't you push the kickoff to a later hour? It's because of the European TV window that you don't do that. But now Gianni Infantino is giving us the idea that the games that would kick off around 3 p.m. Eastern will be played in covered stadiums.
And that makes perfect sense. Listen, you have these facilities available to you. To Herc's point, you've got 2 coasts available to you, and you understand why the majority of the Club World Cup was played on the East Coast. That's all TV, and again leans into the money around these tournaments. But you've got the entirety of the US, Canada, and Mexico, and you have to use those facilities, those conditions to your benefit. I think that makes perfect sense, and you're right to kind of address that. But then to your point, what you also cannot have in doing that is having grass over AstroTurf. That has not worked.
No.
And how you address that, depending on these stadiums that have these roofs, how you address that, we are 12 months out, you've got to figure it out, because we had the same issue with the Copa America. What was that? Was that last year already?
Yes.
Yeah, Copa America was last year.
Flies,
yeah.
right?
It's been a lot of soccer recently, Shaka.
We had that issue. We spoke about it in Copa America last year. It was. I don't think it was as bad with the Club World Cup as it was 12 months ago, and it still has a long way to go for me to make the World Cup the spectacle that it deserves to be.
Well, why are they just realizing this now? Because there are going to be those people that, well, there's only 4 dome stadiums that are going to be available in the
I
World
think they
Cup.
waited for people to complain about that.
Mauricio, there are 30 NFL stadiums. 10 of them are domed. 10. They could have easily used any of those 10, all of those 10, plus Vancouver, that's 11, to accommodate for the daytime and evening games that you will have in the World Cup, to accommodate for the European windows. And here we are now just realizing that it gets hot in the summer in the United States. By the way, not the only country it gets hot in the summer. Mentioned Paris, yeah, but majority of those soccer games weren't played during the day. Other events in the Olympics, they were played during the day. They were done during the day. But they just had so much time to actually go through this the right way, and here they are less than a year out, 11 months out, and they're finally saying, oh, there may be a problem here.
Listen, the final in a year will be played in the same stadium as the game tomorrow, right? That's an outdoor stadium, no roof, no dome, in New Jersey, and it can get up to 100. And humidity can get up to 90%. But at the same time, Monterrey, Mexico. Monterrey gets very, very hot in the summer. Are they gonna, that's an outdoor stadium. What are they gonna do?
Azteca.
You cannot move that game.
Azteca day game.
Azteca
the
day game, the altitude.
smog.
Exactly. I mean, conditions are not gonna change. Not every World Cup is Qatar, where you can have AC inside the stadiums and everybody will be literally cool about it.